Okay, let's get into your reading, Sagittarius. Okay, if you're watching this, you are going to be so wealthy and so successful. Congratulations in advance. There is so much wealth and success coming your way. I am not joking when the kind of wealth that I'm seeing for you is money flowing like water through a tap. Like that tap just doesn't turn off. There is so much abundance that is going to flow your way because money is going to give you more flexibility, freedom, joy, and the ability to do the things that you want to do. And on top of that, there is just so much harmony and fulfillment and good moments and celebrations that I am seeing for you, which is going to make you feel so excited. I am telling you, okay, money is coming in such a large amount into your life. And I want to name the harmony part too, okay? Because the reader mentioned it right alongside the money, and it's easy to skip past in the excitement about wealth, harmony, fulfillment, good moments, celebrations. Those aren't the money itself. They're what the money makes room for. Because here's the thing about financial stress, okay? It doesn't just empty your wallet. It steals your peace. It sits at the dinner table with you. It wakes you up at night. It turns celebrations into things you can't quite enjoy because a part of your mind is always running the numbers. So when the cards promise money and harmony together, okay, what they're really promising is the return of your peace. The ability to be present at the celebration, to enjoy the good moment without the background hum of worry. That's the harmony. And honestly, it might be the richest part of everything that's coming. And I want to slow down on that image for a second, okay? Money flowing like water through a tap that doesn't turn off, because it's a very specific kind of wealth. It's not a one-time windfall that comes and goes. A tap that stays on is a source, an ongoing flow, the kind of abundance that keeps arriving long after the first amount lands. And I want to name why that matters for you specifically, okay? Because if money has been tight, the fear underneath it was never really about one bill. It was the exhaustion of the tap running dry, of never quite knowing if there'd be enough. And what these cards are describing is the end of that particular fear. A flow so steady you finally stop bracing for empty. I want you to claim this, okay? Comment down below the current date and time, like this video, and make sure you are subscribed to Moonveil Tarot. Why? Because at this very point in time, whenever this video was posted, but whenever it found you is when you are claiming this. You are bringing it into your life. So comment down below the date and the time, like this video, and subscribe to seal this in. Why? Because energy is energy. You are literally signifying to the universe that at this very day, on this very time, you are sealing this in so it happens for you. You are sealing in the deal, okay? I am telling you, energy is energy. In order to be able to receive, be willing to give. When you comment, and of course subscribe, you are sealing in the energy of this reading and signaling to the universe, I want this, and I want this right now. I am inviting it in right now. Because if you say things like, this is nonsense, it never happens, the universe will be like, okay, well, you don't want that clearly, so I'm not going to bring that. So I'm telling you, claim it, okay? And I want to say a real word about that, okay? Because underneath the claiming, there's an actual truth about how people receive good things. The person who insists nothing good ever happens for them tends to stop looking for it. Stop reaching for it. Stop being ready when it comes. And the person who stays open, who lets themselves believe they're allowed to receive, tends to actually notice and grab the opportunities the first person walks right past. So claiming isn't magic words, okay? It's a posture. It's you deciding to face the direction abundance is coming from with open hands instead of turned away with your arms crossed, already certain it'll skip you again. And also to tenfold and 10x your blessings, send this reading to someone because not only will it happen for them, but because you haven't been gatekeeping this, just keeping it for yourself. What happens when you share it is you get tenfold blessings and abundance because you are sharing a blessing. And when you share, you get tenfold in return. The Queen of Wands. Oh, look. We've got the Queen of Wands that has flipped over. This energy of the Queen of Wands here is so powerful because it is literally about living in a place of success. You will be able to do anything and everything you want to do. If you want to set up a business, if you want to buy certain things, if you want to invest in something, if you want to save, if you want to splurge, if you want to give it away, you will be able to do whatever it is you want to do. You will be able to give away money however, whenever, whatever, in whatever shape or form you want to do something, you will be able to do it. And the Queen of Wands, okay, sits on her throne carved with lions and sunflowers, a sunflower in one hand, a blossoming staff in the other, a black cat at her feet. And she is the card of magnetic confidence, of warmth and fire and presence, of a woman who knows exactly who she is and draws everything she wants toward her without chasing any of it. I am telling you that the Queen of Wands is about power. It is about status, but it's also about just feeling your best, okay? You will feel respected, you will feel understood. And because you're not the kind of person that has an extreme amount of ego, you will still stay humble, and people will love the fact that you are successful whilst being humble. And I want to sit with that, okay? Because it's a rare and beautiful combination. Success without ego. A lot of people, when they finally get power or money, let it change them, harden them, make them look down on where they came from. And the cards are telling me that won't be you. You'll rise, okay, and stay soft. You'll have more and stay grateful. And that's exactly why the success will feel so good on you and why the people around you will celebrate it instead of resenting it. And you know, those people will actually wish more success upon you. They won't look at you with your success and think badly of it. They will actually think, I'm so glad that success and money went to the right person. That is how much they will respect you for your success. That is how much they will appreciate you. That is how much they will care about you. They will actually think very, very highly of you regarding your success. You will be able to do whatever it is, however it is, however you want to. And I want to draw out something about the way people will respond to your success, okay? Because it's unusual and it says something beautiful about you. The cards say people won't envy it. They'll be glad it went to you. And that only happens, okay, for a particular kind of person. When someone who was always kind, always humble, always rooting for others, finally gets their own breakthrough. The people around them don't feel bitter. They feel a kind of relief, a sense of finally the good one won. So the respect that comes with your success, okay, won't be the cold kind that money can sometimes buy. It'll be the warm kind, the earned kind, the kind where people are genuinely happy to see you have it, because they know you'll be the same good person with it that you were without it. The Ace of Cups, also, I just realized as well, the Ace of Cups has gone back in. Okay, so the Ace of Cups here is about feeling emotionally the strongest and best you have ever felt. There is so much money coming through, opportunities coming through different avenues. You may also, for example, you may win some big winnings in terms of like lottery. Or you may even get a huge amount of inheritance unexpectedly, okay? That means that literally it could just come out of absolutely nowhere, and you think to yourself, hang on a second, this was not what I expected, but it's come. And I want to name why the reader listed so many different avenues, okay? The lottery, the inheritance, the job, the business, the person who just gives you money, because there's a reason it comes so many ways. When abundance is genuinely on its way to someone, it doesn't fixate on one door. It looks for whichever one is easiest to open. So I don't want you to get attached, okay, to the money arriving in one specific form. You might have an idea in your head of how it should come. The promotion, the raise, the thing you've been working toward, and it might come that way. But it might also come from a direction you're not even watching. So stay open on all sides, okay? The unexpected check, the opportunity from someone you barely know, the idea that turns into income. The abundance is coming, and it's smart enough to find whatever door you've left open. So leave as many open as you can. And the Ace of Cups, okay, is a hand reaching out of the clouds, holding a cup that overflows, 5 streams pouring out endlessly, a dove descending toward it. And it's the card of the heart filling up past the brim of emotional abundance, arriving faster than you can hold it. And I want you to notice, okay, that the money card and the heart card came up together here, because that's the whole point. This isn't just wealth landing in a cold, empty life. It's money and joy arriving at the same time. The security and the feeling your best. Both cups overflowing at once. And I want to name why that pairing is so important, okay? Because there's a quiet lie a lot of people carry, which is that you can have money or happiness, but not both. That rich people are secretly miserable. Or that if you chase security, you have to give up joy, and the cards are refusing that lie, okay? The Ace of Cups didn't show up in a separate reading about your feelings. It showed up right next to the money cards, which means the wealth that's coming isn't the kind that hollows you out. It's the kind that arrives alongside the best you've ever felt emotionally. So you don't have to choose, okay? You don't have to trade your peace for your security or your joy for your stability. Both taps are turning on at the same time. And you get to stand right underneath both and let them pour. You may also find as well, for example, you get a really great job, or you set up a business and you make lots and lots of money, or simply a romantic partner, a prospect, or someone comes into your life and just gives you money. It's a very, very powerful energy that money is going to come into your life, but somewhat make it very, very simple, okay? So a big amount of money comes into your life becomes much more simple, and then you are just able to live with, this amount of money that just keeps rejuvenating itself. And it just gives you so much success and so much happiness for the foreseeable future of your life, which is very, very exciting. And it just progresses and snowballs and gets stronger and stronger every single time. And I want to underline that word, okay, snowball, because it describes the best kind of abundance. A snowball doesn't stay the same size. It grows on its own, gathering more the further it rolls, until it's bigger than anything you could have pushed by hand. And that's what's being described for you, okay? Not money you have to fight for every single day, but money that builds on itself, that rejuvenates, that makes more of itself while you rest, until the effort you once needed just to stay afloat isn't needed anymore. The Empress. And it just gives you so much excitement, especially with the Empress. The Empress is so, so powerful. Why? Because you are going to be living in so much abundance and so much wealth and so much success. Listen, if you want to settle down, if you want to have love, It's absolutely there. I see an energy here of family, but also what I see is that your family will never have to worry about money. Why? Because you will have so much money. And I want to sit with that phrase, okay? Your family will never have to worry about money. Because for a lot of people, that's the whole dream underneath the dream. It was never really about being rich for its own sake. It was about the people you love being safe, being provided for, never having to go without the way maybe you did. And there's a particular kind of peace, okay, that comes from knowing the people you love are covered. That if someone needs help, you can give it. That if a hard thing happens, money won't be the thing that makes it unbearable. That peace is worth more than any luxury, and the Empress is promising it to you. And notice, okay, the reader saw this as generational. The Empress is the mother card, the card of what you plant for the ones who come after you. So this abundance doesn't stop with you. It becomes a foundation that holds up everyone you build it for. And the Empress, okay, sits on a lush cushioned throne in a field of golden wheat, a crown of 12 stars, a lush forest, and a flowing river behind her, the symbol of Venus at her side. And she is the great mother of the deck, the card of abundance itself, of fertility, of things growing lush and full all around her, simply because she's there. If, for example, you have hobbies, or you know people in your family who want to do certain things, you may help them. For example, if you have children, you'll be able to support them and help them do the hobbies that they want to do. Your family won't ever have to suffer because your financial status will be so high. And that also means that they will be able to give to themselves, and you're not going to be the kind of person that is burdened trying to do everything for everyone. That's another thing that I'm also seeing, and I want to stop on that, okay, because I think it might be one of the most important lines in this whole reading for you. You're not going to be the one burdened trying to do everything for everyone, because I suspect, okay, that you've been the giver, the one who carries everyone, the one who stretches themselves thin to make sure the people you love are okay, often at your own expense. And the Empress is saying that in this new season, you get to give from overflow instead of from your own reserves, to help without depleting yourself, to be generous without going empty. The Empress here is so powerful because the Venus energies here show that everything flourishes around you. You have the energy of a magnet, okay? So say, for example, you're just around a person, okay? And they are so confused and so lost in regards to not knowing what to do with their life. Your presence and your energy, just being around them, can inspire them to suddenly get a job. Like they could literally just end up with a job so suddenly, so quickly. If you, for example, are around a business, or you step foot into a business, you may find that that business suddenly becomes busier. It starts to attract more. It's because your energy allows things to grow and flourish. If you stand next to a plant, tomorrow that plant will probably blossom and bloom twice as fast as it would have done otherwise. I'm telling you, your energy is very, very powerful. And I want you to really take that in, okay? Because it reframes something you might have always seen as a burden. If you've ever felt like people lean on you, draw from you, come alive around you, and then leave you drained, that's not because you're a doormat. It's because you carry Empress energy, the kind that makes things grow, and people feel that and reach for it. So save it for those that respect you, okay? Save it for those that understand you. Save it for those that care about you. Because the more you are around people who drain your energy, they're very kind of all about themselves, maybe egotistical, rude, your energy is depleted because you're not around the right people. Okay, it's like the wrong room effect. Don't put a pianist right in a nightclub. The pianist is never going to be seen. It's never going to be heard. It's not going to be respected. People in the nightclub are going to be like, what? What is this music? That's because a pianist does not belong in a nightclub. Wrong room effect. If you feel like you are in the wrong room, I'm telling you to leave. I am telling you to leave. You will know with your gut that something is suppressing all your abilities, all your happiness, all your joy. It's like depleting you. The right things will uplift you, and everything around you will grow and flourish. And I want to give you a practical way to actually feel this out, okay? Because wrong room can sound abstract until you learn to sense it in your body. Pay attention over the next while to how you feel leaving different places and different people, because your body keeps score, okay? Some rooms you walk out of lighter, brighter, more like yourself. And some rooms you walk out of heavy, small, second-guessing everything you said, drained in a way you can't quite explain. That drain is the wrong room telling you the truth your mind might be trying to argue you out of. And I know it's not always simple to leave, okay? Sometimes the wrong room is a job you need, or a family situation, or a friendship with history in it. I'm not telling you to burn it all down overnight. I'm telling you to start being honest about which rooms cost you, and to begin even slowly, spending more of your life in the ones that grow you, and less in the ones that shrink you. And I want to sit with the wrong room effect for a moment, okay? Because it's genuinely one of the most useful ideas in this whole reading. A pianist isn't a bad musician because the nightclub crowd ignored them. The gift didn't change. The room was just wrong for it. And I think you may have spent time, okay, in rooms that were wrong for you and quietly concluded that the problem was you, that you were too much or not enough, or that your gifts didn't matter, when really you were just a pianist in a nightclub surrounded by people who couldn't hear the music you were playing. So get yourself out of the rooms that are energetically draining you and overwhelming you, because your energy is one that grows things around you, okay? And you will know, because literally when you're around something and it just feels better, you feel uplifted. But those things are growing. You know that those are your people, those are your places, those are your situations. And here's why that matters for the money, okay? Because it's all connected. Abundance flows to you more easily when you're in the right rooms, around the right people, in the environments where your magnetic energy gets to actually work. The wrong room doesn't just drain your joy, it dams up your flow. And stepping into the right ones opens the tap back up. And it's so nice to see, okay, because first and foremost, people are going to respect you. And people are going to pay attention to you and really see your ability. They're going to see your character, and they're really going to respect you. Also, having this amount of money does naturally bring respect your way. People will take you more seriously. But also, at the same time, you'll be able to do whatever it is you want, and you also won't have to hang around with people you don't want to, because money will give you so much freedom that you don't have to be in places and spaces you don't want to be in. And that is quite powerful, okay? You can also get into spaces and places you want to be in. That's the other thing too. And I want to name what the deepest gift of this money actually is, okay? Because it isn't the splurging or the status, it's the freedom. The freedom to walk away from rooms that drain you. The freedom to say no to people you've had to tolerate. The freedom to choose where you spend your one life and who you spend it with. Because money, okay, at its best, isn't about things. It's about options. It's about never again being trapped somewhere that shrinks you just because you can't afford to leave. And that kind of freedom for someone who's felt stuck is worth more than any single thing you could buy with it. But the main thing here, okay, is it brings you stability and security for your future. What you want to build, how you want to live, your personal growth, your life. You will have so much stability, so much security, and so much fulfillment for all of the things that you want to achieve, all of the things that you want to do, and the ways in which you want to do it, which will bring you so much active joy and fulfillment. And before I close this out, I want to leave a few things to actually hold on to, okay? The first, this is a flowing tap, not a one-time drop, loves. The wealth the cards showed wasn't a single lucky event. It was a source that stays on. Money that snowballs and rejuvenates itself. The kind that ends the fear of empty for good. The second, the money and the joy arrive together. The Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Empress came up side by side. Wealth and status and an overflowing heart, all at once. This isn't riches in an empty life. It's abundance and happiness landing in the same season. The third, protect your energy and mind your rooms. You carry the kind of magnetic energy that makes things grow. So where you spend it matters. Leave the wrong rooms. Save your light for people who respect it, and watch how much faster everything flourishes. And I want to answer why this reached you now, okay, with this much force. Because you'd been carrying a quiet worry about money maybe for a long time, and an even quieter fear that abundance was for other people, not for you. And it is for you, okay? And you were meant to hear that today plainly so you could stop bracing for lack and start facing the direction the abundance is actually coming from. I don't flip the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Empress all together, all pointing at overflowing wealth and joy by accident. This is already clear, okay? The Queen of Wands confirmed you living in success, powerful, respected, and still humble. The Ace of Cups confirmed money through many avenues and the best you've ever felt emotionally. The Empress confirmed overflowing abundance, a family that never has to worry, and your magnetic things grow around you energy. And the wrong room teaching confirmed the one thing to do: protect that energy and spend it only in the rooms that respect it. So let me lay this all out one final time, okay, slowly, so it actually settles. Money is coming, okay, not a trickle, but a tap that won't turn off, flowing, snowballing, rejuvenating itself into lasting wealth. And it comes with the rest of it: the joy, the respect, the freedom, the stability, a family that never has to worry, and a heart feeling the best it ever has. And you get to receive all of it as exactly who you are: humble, generous, magnetic, finally giving from overflow instead of from an empty well. And the one thing you do, okay, is protect your energy, leave the wrong rooms, and let yourself claim what was always meant to be yours. One message: the tap is turning on, and this time it doesn't turn off. So claim it, loves. Comment the date and time below and let the universe hear you seal it in. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Moonveil Tarot, like this reading, and share the blessing with someone who needs it too. I genuinely read every comment, even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it. Wherever you're watching this from, okay? I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You have spent so long, okay, doing the math in your head, stretching what you had, carrying the quiet weight of wondering if there'd be enough, and giving to everyone else even when your own well ran low. And that season is closing, okay? The tap is turning on, and it's turning on for the person who kept being generous when they had every reason to hold tight, who stayed humble, who kept a good heart through the lean times. So let yourself receive it, okay? Don't argue with the good news. Don't brace for it to be taken. Just open your hands, step into the right rooms, and let the abundance that's been trying to reach you finally fully arrive. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.